Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Lever Guns 50. Today we're going to set up and we're going to shoot the 4570 with some TSX bullets from Barnes. They're 300 grain bullets. We're going to shoot them out of the 4570 into some water jugs. If there's any jugs left over, we're going to try the 4590. See how well it does. And I'll show you some of those cartridges if you just pay attention to your screen over here. So you can see the 4570 is quite a bit smaller than the 4590, but it still packs a really big punch. So we're going to see how well those 300 grain TSX bullets expand in the water jugs. And before we do that, we're going to shoot them across the chronograph, one of the 4590, one of the 4570, just see what their velocities are. I know what they're supposed to be, but we'll see if they're, pretty close to what they're supposed to be. The 4590 should be about 2,500, and the 4570 should be about 2,300 according to the book. So we're going to get set up and shoot this across the chronograph and see how well these bullets perform. And the main thing is I want to see if that TSX bullet overexpands at close range, because here in Alabama you may run across a deer. I've shot them as close as 3 yards, because when you're sneaking through the woods, sometimes you sneak right up on them, sometimes you don't. So let's shoot it up here at close range and see what they do. Well, as you can see, we got these water jugs set up. We're going to shoot into these and just see how well the 4570 and the 4590 do. Now this 4570 or this 4590, this 1886 Browning, on this sling makes it a really handy gun. You could walk around with it, you could do your work, and then if you needed it because of a bear come up, you'd be able to grab it and get to it really quick. Okay, we're going to load the 4570 and see how well it works. Cross the chronograph. Let's check it out and see what it did. There's that big old 4570 cartridge. Look at that big old hollow point on that thing. Okay, here goes nothing. 4570 in the water jugs. Let's check out that TSX bullet. See what it did. So look, it blew up those 3 jugs right there real good. Blew that one up. And don't tell me it came out the side. It looks like it went in there. How in the world could it come out the side? I don't see anything in there. Wow, that's weird. So maybe the jug was sitting like that, yeah. And then it turned around a little bit after, yeah. So the bullet come out the side of it. So let's see if we can find it. come through this one, the top of it, and come into this one, and I think it blew out the top of it. I doubt it's in there. It's not. So it come in there. Looks like it blew out the top. Right through there. So let's go down range. Looked like at least it was going straight. Maybe we'll be able to find it. Yeah. There's that bullet sitting right there, and that's right where it was sitting. And it doesn't have but one ear stuck on it. Actually looks like that's pine bark underneath of there. So that must mean it hit the pine tree and then bounced back over here. So we'll see if we can find out where it hit that pine tree. I think it hit the pine tree right there, then bounced back over to there. So here are those bullets. These are the ones that come out, we dug out of the dirt. That's what they look like. And there's the one that went through the water and bounced off the pine tree and still has pine bark on it. All right, 4590 up. Whew. Now what's weird is, with this higher velocity, it only went through the first 2 jugs. And as you can see, there's the bullet right there. So it just goes to show you the 4590 with its 200 feet a second faster, that bullet stopped in the second jug, or the third jug. And look how good it expanded out. It lost its ears, but then it still expanded on out there. Look at that bullet. There's your 2 bullets. This is the 4590 on this side, this is the 4570 on this side. As you can see, this one expanded a little bit, or it's a little bit taller than this one. And we'll tip them over so you can see the front edge of them. Now the 4570 still has 1 pedal on it. 4590 lost all the pedals. Okay, now we have another round loaded up, and this is a 4590, and this should simulate about the 200 yard velocity. And so we're going to shoot this into those water jugs and see how well it will expand at a lot lower velocity. I believe we're going to capture this in them water jugs. Okay. Not as spectacular. It blew through this one in and out. Well, probably in here and out here. Blew through this one here. So that was your second one. Blew through the third one. Stopped in the fourth one. So it had a little bit more penetration. It didn't even dent that side of it. Let's get it out of there and see what it looks like. And see this is what you would have at 200 yards. A very well mushroomed out bullet. This is the 4590 at point blank. This would be the 4590 at 200 yards. This is the 4570. This would be the 4570 at 175 yards. And these are the ones we got out of the dirt. I don't know what you guys thought, but I thought it was interesting to take the velocities from the 200-yard mark and also shoot a bullet. Even though we're not shooting at 200 yards, we're shooting it to the same velocity that it would impact at 200 yards. And so that gives us kind of an idea how well this bullet will expand at that far down range when it's losing all of its, it loses a lot of velocity at 200 yards. I mean, it's way on down, and we'll leave the velocity up here and let you know how far down it goes from the initial velocity of 2,500. It drops way on down. So that right there is interesting. That's interesting. I just love this little carbine, how handy it is. And then 4590, where it's producing over 4,000 foot-pounds of energy, and yet it's handy, easy to carry, and it comes with this. Well, you can put this sling on it. Goes on the little saddle ring carbine, little saddle ring, and this is a saddle ring carbine. That's why I keep saying that. So anyhow, I think that was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back and see me. God bless each and every one of you. See you on the next one. This appears to be what come out of the milk jug in the front. So you see there's one ear coming out of it. And that may have been, I guess it would have been like this or something. But that correlates with this right here hitting that jug there. Because you got those two right there, and this would have been right here. Something like that.